Hello, this is Joe Pryor of the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City, a part of Redbud Realty and Associates. I'm coming to you on July the 10th, and I want to talk a bit more about short sales and the deadline that we're facing at the end of the year. Now, I've talked about this before. I've talked about if you're an Oklahoma City financially distressed homeowner not making your payments, you shouldn't bury, you shouldn't bury your head in the sand and think that somehow things are going to get better and you're going to win the lottery, because at the end of the year, the tax exemption for a short sale stops. So in other words, if you close in January, it's a good chance you're going to get an IRS bill, and it's going to be pretty healthy. And the other development I want to talk to you about, and why you should call me today, and I'm really saying that you should call me today, is that we had a conversation with a negotiator with a major lender yesterday. And I'm not going to mention who it is, but this is not atypical of all of them. And he said, I'm sorry for the delay in the short sale, but they have cut the short sale department in half. Where I used to work with 30, 40 files, and that's the maximum I had to negotiate. Right now, I have a minimum of 300 files that I'm working on. And so what has happened is, as we've moved past the foreclosure era, we have gotten to a situation where either these people are being laid off or they're being put in other departments. And so right now, short sales have gotten harder and harder. I'll give you a couple of examples of situations recently where I've tried to get people to do things. I've got this one couple, and I think they're trying to do the right thing, but they are in such denial. They have a big first, they have a big second. They're trying to get a price that's, a couple of $100,000 more than the house is worth. They said, well, we'll give it 6 weeks, and if it's not, we'll go into a short sale. Well, that 6 weeks was far up. We're at 4 months at this point with no sign of them stopping. And what's going to happen is they're going to call me in October, maybe, and they're going to say, oh, we didn't sell our house, and we got to close before the end of the year because we're going to avoid taxes. Well, the problem is their loss is going to be at least $300,000 in a short sale and about $450,000 in a foreclosure, and that is taxable income, and this is income they don't have. And money they're not going to be able to pay, and interest and penalties that are just clicking and clicking and clicking. And so what I'm going to have to tell them to do is you need to seek help with a bankruptcy attorney. That is really maybe your best alternative unless you're willing to pay the taxes on the loss. And so I have another client also in denial, and they're in divorce, and the guy's living in the house, and he's living free, lost his job, and he think, hey, this is fantastic. I'd be able to live here free. So he didn't want to cooperate with a short sale. Well, two problems. He's going to get at least a $12,000, $15,000 tax bill, which is going to make that rent a bit expensive. And then second of all, because of a foreclosure, when he goes in to get a car loan or any kind of loan, he's not going to get an interest rate worth a flip, and then that is going to also cost him a lot more money. That is where you just need to be proactive, you need to be smart, you need to do the right thing. It's almost in some cases too late. I mean, if you're not getting a hold of a short sale specialist right now, and if you have a second mortgage, it's even more urgent because that adds 30 to 60 days to the process. And of course, it's going to take 30 to 60 days to sell the home. Then there's a negotiation time. You do not have time to wait. So if you're in a situation where somehow you're dreaming that things are going to get better, you're going to be crashing for a fall if you don't do something right now. We can do this. We can do this for you. We have a huge success rate. We don't charge upfront fees. You don't pay commission. You come to closing with $0. You can buy a home in 2 years, and you can avoid the IRS. And believe me, they will get their money. So don't wait. Contact wherever you are listening to this video. Contact a short sale specialist right now. This is Joe Pryor with the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City, where we deliver traditional real estate values at the speed of technology.